Although it happens very rarely, there are a handful of artists who I fell in love with the moment I first heard their music. And in the case of Esthero, I can actually remember the where and when that happened. I'll admit that I was very late to the party when it came to her sound, as I didn't discover her until a very early morning at my last job, probably at about 4 a.m. in the winter of 2006. I have to thank Soma FM for this one, as they spun her song Superheroes, and I can clearly remember going directly to Amazon to buy both of the albums she had out at the time. But it wasn't until I had both of those albums in my possession that I was able to fully appreciate the true musical brilliance that she has, as Esthero has a sound and a style like nobody else. There's this diversity in her songs and her entire albums that you really can't find elsewhere. I mean, it runs from these blissed out ambient electronic tracks to thumping dance club tracks to some of the most heart-wrenching piano progressions you'll ever hear. Jazz, trip-hop, electronica, experimental, R&B, hip-hop, rock. Honestly, there's no genre that Esthero doesn't touch on at some point, and everywhere she works well. But truth be told, it really comes down to the voice. That voice is one of a kind. There's just so much depth, so much emotion, so much range in her singing that I honestly believe if she wanted to, she could sing a jingle for Twinkies and it would reduce you to tears by the sheer beauty of the sound. That's one of the other reasons I really dig her music. She never forgets her sense of self or her sense of humor. There are these mischievous little songs and little lines all throughout her catalog that bring this sense of levity and happiness and hope to balance out the wonderfully intense moments and these songs of solitude and loss. There's this strut, this confidence you can hear in her music that adds an entirely new dimension to the sound. I mean, just look at her 3 full lengths. You'll find a massive diversity in the way they're styled, as one is primarily an ambient trip-hop record, one pushes into dance and kind of darker hip-hop, and then the third, her most recent, is a true masterpiece in its own right. Yet even when she's working with such a wide range of sounds, it never sounds forced. It sounds natural and powerful and like she's doing nothing more than following the musical muse wherever it wants to lead her. Across all of this, she's able to reach in and capture human emotion in their most raw and honest form. And it's the way that she makes these songs so universal that keeps me coming back for more. She's able to delve deep into our innermost feelings and thoughts, and yet do so without judging them in any way. Whether you're looking for a killer breakup song, or something to inspire you to greatness, or just a track to mellow out or set the mood, Esthero's got you covered. Her catalog remains one of the few that I can listen to anytime, anywhere. It just doesn't matter, as the way she sings, the way the music seems to just move around her, and that constant unspoken promise that she's gonna bring the best music possible regardless of genre, well, that's why I absolutely love Esthero.